Hey folks, we're back. What it is, this is gonna be a quick one. We're gonna be doing ghee. I'm gonna call this ghee with a twist. Now, back maybe 6 months ago, I was inspired by my buddy Rickshaw, Philippines. He's got a great channel. Go check it out, by the way. I'll put his link in the description. He does walk and talks. Yeah, if you like it, you like it. You don't, I like it. That's all that matters to me. So I'm gonna do a smaller batch of ghee. I already got this prepared. It's been like that for a while. We're doing a smaller batch because I'm doing an experiment. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a small batch of ghee, but the twist is gonna be garlic Himalayan pink salt. I'm gonna add a little of that in there. You won't get to see the grind because I'm doing handheld. So anyway, let's go ahead and get some fired up here. We just moved into a new place, so now we have a 4-burner gas stove, and that's great. A lot more control. And I'm gonna follow Rickshaw, Philippines, his advice. And I'm gonna, once the butter, the clover butter, once it's melted, see, smaller batch of ghee, we're gonna put it at a really low trickle on the gas, just really low, as per Rickshaw, Philippines. Okay, I think I've said his name enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do this. Folks, this is real simple. We're gonna put that stick of butter there like that. We're gonna put this stick of butter in like that. I wouldn't stand it up, it's just gonna fall over anyway. So once that melts down, we're gonna lower the heat. And once I lower the heat, I'm gonna do some of that garlic Himalayan pink salt. You know, stir it in there a little bit. You know, break down the solids. And yeah, we'll see how it works out. We're making ghee. Right. So yeah, you might have noticed earlier. You know, I got a little bit of the sniffles, but don't worry, I feel just fine. I don't have the COOF China thing. So, anyways, back to reality here. This is melted down. It's got that usual film on the top. That's common. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna follow Rickshaw Philippines advice. I'm gonna drop this down just to a bare minimum. Just to the bare minimum there. As low as I can get. I'm gonna put it on 2. I'm gonna put it on 2. Ooh, there's a little speck of soot on there. Hold on. I'm gonna put it just on, oh, hold on. Can't really see without light. Just super low. We're gonna put a low trickle. I'm gonna let it go for a while, and then I'll scoop some of this aside to see what type of solids end up coming in the bottom. We're gonna let this go for a little bit. Like I said, it's gonna be a small experimental batch of ghee. Ghee. What a fun word. Ghee.
Ghee. And
then I'm gonna crack this garlic Himalayan pink salt on it. Not too much. And then we're gonna add it. This jar has been repurposed, originally store-bought. It's been repurposed about 4 times now. But like I said, we're experimenting with a smaller batch of ghee. So we'll get right back with the somewhat end result and see if it's a success or not. Slow trickle burn, as per my homeboy Rickshaw. Hey bro, if you're watching, you probably are. We're almost done with the balikbayan box. We just got to get it filled before it's shipped. And yeah, and once we do that, we'll figure out how to get your part of the package to you, which isn't too far from where Karina lives, or where her family lives. So yeah, we're at a slow burn here. And yeah, we'll see how this stuff works out. We'll be right back. All right, things seem to be going pretty good. It's not getting too messed up. I never screwed up the ghee entirely, but this is as low as I can get it. You know, let's take another look down here. Yeah, it's pretty darn low. Let me try and get a little bit lower. There we go. In the meantime, folks, behind me and my sniffles, I highly recommend getting one of these. I guess they call it a cast iron grill top. So with a gas burning stove, okay, and I've used this before, we're not gonna use it today because this is a ghee show. This isn't a carne asada show or anything like that. Yeah, you heat them up. We've used it. It works good. It works good for, last thing we did on it was some of the leftover asada that I didn't cook. But we cooked it right here. Fried that up, smelled really good. And I did the tortillas on the back burner. That worked out really good. And then in a pan, which the pan's not here. The pan's in there. There's the pan. We did, bell peppers, onions. Yeah, so it worked out really good. I highly recommend this. We got this at Ross, of all places. Kind of heavy, but that's the purpose behind this cast iron. I think it was $11.99. Anyways, yeah, let's let this cook down a little bit. If it starts turning darker than what it is, I'm gonna end up taking it off. But it's nice and yellow, so yeah, I'm following Rickshaw's advice by having it cook slow. I've noticed that when I stir it, it starts bubbling. So we're just gonna keep this at the bare minimum. All right, so after that's done, we're gonna cool it off, cool it down a little bit so it doesn't break the glass. Cool it down a little bit and put it through the strainer. This is the strainer I've been using since the beginning. And it fits perfectly. Oops, I got some water in there. It fits perfectly. Oh, I see what one drop of water can do? Boy. Yeah, that fits perfectly over the ghee thing, so it makes for a nice, safe pour. Hopefully I don't spill any on the way. But yep, next stop, the pour. All right, it's been a while. So looking at everything, you can see the solids on the bottom, so things are working out okay. It's still a bright color. Took the advice of Rickshaw, and yeah, things seem to be working out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crack a little bit of this in there, the garlic Himalayan pink salt. Not too much. I can't do it on camera because I'm holding the camera by hand. That's how pro we are. Yeah, so let me go ahead and crack some of that in there, stir it up a little bit, let it go for a little bit more, and we'll try it out. Be right back. All right, so we've applied the garlic Himalayan pink salt, garlic and Himalayan pink salt. I'll give it a little stir here. Mind you folks, this isn't a big batch of ghee. This is an experimental ghee. So we're gonna let those solids, let that dissolve inside the butter, which will soon be ghee. Soon be ghee. Ghee, what a fun word.
Ghee.
And then we're gonna let everything settle down to the bottom. At the same heat, it's still at the slow trickle. And yeah, then we'll do a pour. Hopefully during that pour, I don't spill it all over the place. Even though this pot is really cool. It's got that side and that side. And the lid is really cool because it has ventilation things on each side. Works good, works good. So anyways, yeah, so we'll let this go for a little bit more. It hasn't turned too brown yet, so that's a good sign. And I could definitely smell the garlic. And who doesn't like the smell of nice garlic cooking? Yeah, anyways, so let's, next stop, folks, is the pour. And then we'll have ghee. All right, folks, it's about that time. This has been a long enough video. If you guys have been sticking around this whole time, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. It seems to be a little darker, but we're gonna find out. I've put, of course, preventive measures in case I spill. I've been known to spill things. So we're gonna try this pour. I think it's been cooled down long enough to be able to strain the ghee into the ghee container. Okay, so, all right, wish me luck. Now, if this glass jar breaks, I think it's cool enough. It's still hot to the touch, but if this glass jar breaks, don't worry. I'm gonna keep the video up. I will. So, all right, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go with the ghee strain now. Let's see if we can get this right here. Okay. So we're gonna strain the ghee in there. It's not a lot of ghee. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, yep, there's lots of solids. There's lots of solids. Hey, the glass didn't break. How about that? So we'll get all the rest of that gobbledygook in there. See, that's butter. That's all the solids that are in butter. We like butter. There's no problem with butter. But yeah, those are all the solids that are involved in butter. So I did the Rickshaw slow cook. It is a little dark, but it doesn't smell burnt. Yeah, so once it's drained, I'm gonna let this sit for a couple minutes, let it fully, let that drip, drip, drip into there, get all the liquid out of there. And then I'm gonna put it in the windowsill and let it cool down to room temperature. And yeah, we'll see how that works, you know, when we spread it on stuff. Yep. All right, so let's get this into the window in the next couple minutes. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap this up. Got about as much of a drip out of this as possible. Put this on the soup plow right there. We don't want to make too big of a mess. Oops, there's a mess. All right, we'll put the cap on this. I'm not going to grab it by the bottom because I'm sure I'll burn the CRAP out of my fingers. Yeah, that's pretty hot. Folks, this ghee jar has been repurposed several times, obviously. Very clean, you know, we always wash everything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this ghee in the window here. Window's open. Nice view out. I know it's definitely not hot enough to burn anything here, but yep. So yeah, once that gets solid, you know, we're gonna try it out. You know, I think it turned about to be maybe a quarter of a whole batch of what we normally do around here. So yeah, so we're gonna let this ghee solidify and naturally, not in the refrigerator. And yeah, hey folks, thanks for watching. Thanks Rickshaw for the slow burn process. I think this is gonna be a tasty one. I didn't put too much of that garlic salt in there. So it should be pretty cool, All right folks, hey, if you stuck around this long, I really appreciate the full watch. You know, I'm not gonna say hit that like and subscribe button, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, it is what it is. So anyways folks, hey, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. There's more to come from this weird ass channel. And until next time, everybody, see you.